G'day, Ronnie. How are you?
G'day, Jim. I'm well, thanks.
Ronnie, the whole crypto thing, it's really fascinating. Like even in today's financial review, here's Andrew Bragg talking at a conference that's called the Non-Fungible Token Fest. Sounds like something out of Star Wars, where they're promising next month to come. The government's coming out with a clear plan for digital assets, but that plan has to be net zero emissions. So Senator Bragg seems to be ticking off both the climate change and we're up with what's going on with crypto. But can crypto, the whole crypto narrative, can it be trusted by the clients that acquire wealth?
I don't think it can be trusted as it stands at the moment by our clients because there's too much manipulation in crypto, and there's too many things that can change it, from Tesla coming out to say they're going to accept Bitcoin for payment to the heads of banking saying that they're not going to accept it. The price gets pushed around all over the place. There's just not a clear story that you can say, yes, I can trust it as an asset class. There are too many moving parts, and there's been some exciting gains, absolutely, as it's rocketed away, but there's also been some savage losses.
And so what's going to happen, Ronnie? What's going to happen with this whole crypto thing? Is it a trend? Is it going to blow away like the dot-com era, or is it here to stay?
Well, I think if you look at the underlying technology being blockchain, that's definitely got legs, and you're seeing industry and even governments adopt that technology because it is great technology, what it's founded on. But whether that then translates into digital currencies becoming mainstream and really being useful, because obviously Bitcoin's come from a history where it's been lauded as criminal activity and those sorts of things because it's non-traceable, and the FBI have proven now they can trace it, so it doesn't have that appeal that it maybe used to. But does it become something that you can use every day and spend on? Is it going to be the thing that replaces gold as a secure asset because you've got finite amounts? There's all these questions that are yet to be answered that can confuse people so much.
Yeah, I think it's one of its biggest days was when Kim Kardashian backed it, or backed one of the digital currencies, and now there's digital links between digital currencies, and there's new platforms, and some 11,000 different currencies on the cryptocurrency register, wherever that is. And so it seems to be a very, very big and growing moving feast. Are your clients asking about this, Ronnie, up at Acquire Wealth?
Our clients aren't necessarily asking about it. I do have people in external circles ask me about it, and I generally find it's like the taxi driver giving the stock tip. When people come to me and say, look, I'm really interested in crypto, they're genuinely coming thinking it's an investment opportunity or something that they can plan for. But it's often right at the time where it's hit that 70, 80,000 peak, or previously a few years ago, it was where it hit that $20,000 peak. So it always tends to me to be an indication of when everyone's asking me, it's about where the public are getting in at the wrong time. Our clients don't necessarily come in after. There's a couple of conversations, but realistically, very, very little interest in it from long-term wealth creation planning clients.
Because there's no question that they're saying, The Economist magazine recently said that there's $2.2 trillion in assets in crypto already, which is way above the GDP of Australia. And so it seems to be a massive force. But so anyone listening to this and they sort of get into this crypto narrative, what's your 1, 2, or 3 key points you're saying to anyone listening to this about the crypto narrative? What should they be thinking about?
Look, I think if it's something they want to consider, and it has continued to expand, and you say there is real money in there, but how much of that money is really still like Wild West money? It can be so wildly manipulated, and that's where you've got to look at it as an investor. What's your tolerance to the swings, and what's your tolerance to losses? So if it's something that it's realistically you're going to pursue, it's spread it far and wide, because there might be 1 or 2 assets that shoot the lights out. There could be a whole handful that go nowhere. And it sits in a really high risk part of your portfolio that you wouldn't say, I'm trying to catch up on last 5 years because I did something silly, and I'm trying to get a couple of big wins to get my portfolio back up to scratch. And then when I've made that money, I'll just go back to being safe and secure again, because that's not the way to do it.
Okay. And so for those that have got a flavour for a bit of the Wild West asset class, it could be good. But for the majority of you, of anyone else listening to this, your advice?
Stay clear.